Parents walk into an IEP meeting expecting a conversation about their child, but sometimes they discover the real decisions were already made before the meeting even started. The school has a draft document sitting on the table. The placement has already been discussed internally. The services have already been penciled in, and the meeting, the one you were told you were an equal part of, starts to feel less like a conversation and more like a signing ceremony. That moment, when you realize the room was ready before you arrived. That's not paranoia. It has a legal name. It's called predetermination, and it's one of the most common violations in the entire IEP system. Here's the problem. Most parents don't know that word exists. They don't know they had the right to push back. They don't know the school was required to come to that table with an open mind, not a finished plan. The IEP system is one of the most legally powerful frameworks in American public education. And most of the families it's designed to protect have never been handed the instruction manual. Today, we're going to change that. Here's the core issue. Most parents and a lot of teachers think an IEP is a document, a piece of paper, something the school files away and refers to occasionally. It isn't. An IEP is a legally enforceable education plan under federal law. Every service listed in it must be delivered. Every timeline must be followed. And if the school doesn't follow through, they are out of compliance with federal law. That's not a technicality. That's leverage. The second big misunderstanding is who that meeting is actually for. Most parents walk in feeling like guests at someone else's meeting. They're not. Federal law requires that parents be given a meaningful opportunity to participate in decisions about their child's education. The school must seek your input and must document when it does. But here's why people don't know this. The system speaks a different language. Terms like FAPE and LRE and PLAAFP aren't jargon for the sake of it. They're legal terms with specific meanings. Before 1975, roughly half of all children with disabilities in the United States were excluded from public schools entirely. Schools could simply refuse to enroll them. Congress passed the Education for All Handicapped Children Act in 1975, later renamed IDEA, the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, to fix that. It created one central promise: every child with a disability is entitled to a free, appropriate public education. That phrase, FAPE, is the fuel that runs the entire machine. Free means no cost to the family. Appropriate means tailored to the child's specific needs. Public means the school district is responsible. And education means the focus is on learning and measurable growth. Think of it this way. The regular education system is an assembly line built for the average student. The IEP system is the override switch that forces the machine to stop and build something custom. Not every child with a medical diagnosis gets an IEP. The system uses what's called a two-prong test to decide who qualifies. Prong 1. Does the child have a disability that falls into one of 13 specific IDEA disability categories? Having a diagnosis doesn't automatically qualify. It has to map to the list. Prong 2. Does that disability have an adverse impact on the child's educational performance, to the point where they need specialized instruction to make progress? Both prongs have to be true. A child might have ADHD, but still be performing at grade level. In that case, they might qualify for a 504 plan instead, which provides accommodations under civil rights law. If a child qualifies, the system builds a document, and this document has a specific architecture. The foundation is called the PLAAFP. PLAAFP, present levels of academic achievement and functional performance. This is a snapshot of where the child actually is right now. Specific data. Without a solid PLAAFP, nothing else works. On top of that, the team writes annual goals, the destinations. Every goal must be measurable. Alex will transition from the playground to the classroom without a meltdown in 4 out of 5 opportunities. Then come services, the actual support the child receives, speech therapy, a small reading group, occupational therapy, Each service has a frequency, a duration, and a location. And then, only then, the team decides on placement, where the child will be educated. That order matters. Placement follows the child's needs, not the other way around. The legal concept here is predetermination. If a school has already decided where to put a child before the meeting begins, that is a violation. The meeting must be a real conversation. This is the gear that confuses almost everyone. An accommodation changes how a student learns. It doesn't change the standard. The playing field is being leveled, but the finish line is in the same place. A modification changes what a student is taught. Simplified reading materials. An alternate grading standard. The finish line has moved. This can affect diploma pathways and graduation outcomes. Meet Alex. He's bright and verbal but reads 10 words per minute and can't finish tests. Alex may qualify under specific learning disability for dyslexia and other health impairment for ADHD. His IEP includes 45 minutes of specialized reading instruction per day. It includes text-to-speech software and extended time for all tests. He's getting the tools to access the same education everyone else gets. Maya is in kindergarten and reads at a 3rd grade level. But she has meltdowns during transitions and hasn't spoken to another child all year. Maya qualifies under autism. Her IEP includes occupational therapy for sensory processing, social skills training, and a visual schedule, not to make her life easier, to make it navigable. Joey is in 5th grade. When he gets frustrated in math, he shuts down and has been suspended for throwing objects. Joey qualifies under emotional disturbance. Before writing goals, the team conducts a functional behavioral assessment, an FBA. They discover that Joey only throws things in math when he doesn't understand the problem. The behavior is communication. His IEP includes a behavior intervention plan, a BP. It gives him a break card. When he's frustrated, he shows the card and resets. He's not punished. He's taught. If school removals of Joey add up to 10 days, the law requires a manifestation determination review. This determines if behavior is a result of disability. If it is, the system creates a legal shield. Here's what families don't know. The school must show up with data. You don't have to. Your job is to be the expert on your child. The team needs your history and home observations. 3 sentences can change your position. 1. Please put that refusal and your reasoning in a prior written notice. This PWN forces accountability by requiring a legally defensible written reason. 2. I request an independent educational evaluation at public expense. If you disagree with the school's evaluation, an IEE lets you get an outside opinion that the district may have to fund. 3. Stay put. During disputes, the stay put rule keeps your child's current placement and services active. The school cannot make unilateral changes while the process is active. One more thing. Know the LEA representative. They're the only person at the table with legal authority to commit district resources. If they're not there, the school cannot legally promise any new service. The IEP system is not designed to be confusing, but it was built for lawyers and specialists. Here is the architecture. PLAAFP is where they are. Goals are where they go. Services are how they get there. The system is not your enemy, but it only works for the families who understand its gears. Now you do. Everything here describes the IEP system under federal IDEA law. If your child is homeschooled or attends a private school, the school must still locate and evaluate them under Child Find. For private students, a service plan replaces the IEP. It provides some support but carries less legal entitlement. For local guidance, contact your PTI, Parent Training and Information Center. If this helped you navigate a complex system, subscribe to How Real Life Works for clear explanations of the systems people deal with every day.